Oh, dude, this is what I needed in the cage.
I ain't fucking leaving!
Yeah, we had to try to decipher what that last thing.
I know. I didn't deliver it. I rushed it.
People got it.
That's right. We'll give you another chance to say
Yes, thank you.
Just pretty impressive performance, man. I know you had a lot of respect for him as an opponent, but you went out there and dominated, man. How'd you feel out there tonight?
Really good, really good. He's a tough guy, big guy. I know he's a fast starter, so, you know, just getting the feeling out, you know, and like most fights, you know, especially with the fights I've had, the experience I've had, everyone in front of me, started to see a lot of things towards the end there. But he's a fast starter, you know, so just started checking him out. Felt good, felt in control the whole time. He's a tough guy. I mean, even after that first one when I thought he was finished, he still felt strong. And, you know, now I had to start with him on a deep, you know, single giving my back. And I was like, dang, he's still strong. But I knew I just had to get that position again where I could land some punches because the finish line was there. And so I knew right when I got another target, I was going to tee off on him and get that second finish.
Well, you brought it up. I mean, two
Yeah.
finishes there. I mean, can you tell us kind of what was going through your mind? I mean, it was pretty clear that Yves, I mean, it wasn't just a light touch. I mean, he put his hands, it looked like he was done.
I felt like he kind of pushed me. So it was everything's so fast. So even in that second, though, you let out emotion like you won. You stand up, and then, like I said, you're not exactly in, like, wrestling defense with your back turned the guy on you. So, like I said, he felt strong. And Yves is doing his best job, and he allowed me to have an experience. It might be a different story if I didn't get that finish and we went into a hard fight. Like another, you know, and I'm coming out with stitches, and I was like, I had him in the first. But it's all good now.
Yeah, I mean, you had a pretty good attitude about it, you know,
Yeah.
post-fight. Did he
Yeah.
talk? Did he come up and apologize or talk to you about it?
He just kind of shook his head, and he's like, hey, sorry. I'm like, hey, happens. Good thing it went okay. I mean, it went good for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but he's just doing his job nonetheless. You know, people have gone through things and persevered, you know, and there you see it every week. So, you know, I guess it was just my turn.
All right, well, the performance was great, big win. Talk about, you know, your case for the flyweight division. I mean, you're
Yeah.
out there battling for your weight class. So,
Yeah.
I mean, let us know kind of what was going through your head that you took that moment to battle for everybody, I guess.
Yeah, I felt like I was just fighting for it in general. It's crazy. I mean, I started this division. I'm the longest, you know, tenured athlete in the division. I was part of the original first title fight, and you know, that's I was even like a fan of Perez before because I see him on the undercards as a flyweight finishing and making noise. So that was huge for me. Just to come out, like the commentary, I'm just trying to change it. Like everything is like, well, when's it leaving? Is this the last fight? Are they still doing it? Are you going up? Are you going up? It's like, why aren't people talking about how exciting it is? Like we got a pound for pound, you know, champion and TJ coming down to our weight to fight an Olympic champion who just beat the greatest ever. You know, I have a win over Henry. You know, TJ's an ex-teammate of mine. The story's there. The skill is obviously there. I mean, as much as in any division. And even below that, when you look at the other top five, I mean, there's rounds and rounds that can go through round robins of great fights and great future there. So that's really what I was trying to do, just change it. It came out a little bleed at the end, but I planned on doing a Wolf of Wall Street, like, we ain't fucking leaving. And I just was like running out of time. And I was like, we ain't freaking leaving. It came out of nowhere, but that's what I really want to do, so I'm not going to do it. But when I saw these mics when I came in, I was like,
Just let it out.
Here we go.
that's what I wanted to do.
Here we go for the record.
Yeah,
So to slower RPM, what did you say?
I said, we ain't freaking leaving, because I couldn't cuss either. So it was, you know, I went for it. So I love the movie. And, you know, now everybody knows. But that's what I meant is we ain't, you know, when he's in there and he's like, we ain't fucking leaving, and everyone's cheering. That's what I pictured, and it didn't go that way. I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio.
He had to do it multiple takes.
Yeah, exactly.
Too, so,
Yeah,
it didn't work
exactly.
on the first time.
Yeah.
So you're good.
I heard he ad-libbed it actually.
Has there been any conversation with you in the press specifically about the division?
Not specifically. No, nothing has gone there. I mean, since the rumor started, I've kind of been on, you know, when it started, my fight got canceled the night of, and then the rumor started starting out. So I know nothing was sure around there, which obviously it's still not since they made a title fight and things are going down. So I haven't, because they were just trying to get my fight handled. So it hasn't been a thing we addressed. The main thing was, for me, was just looking at it as like business as usual. Like, I'm fine, they're getting me a fight at flyweight. There's a flyweight title on the horizon. Like, nothing's changed for me. I don't have, you know, an option or this or that. As far as I know, I just beat Alex Perez. I have a win over the new champion, and he's fighting for the title. So there's like a ton of life there, and that's really what I look at. And I wasn't going to be talking to them about the division when really, you know, the first thing on the checklist was getting me a fight, which was this one. So So yeah,
If you had to
Haven't-
choose, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
haven't talked to anyone specifically about it because just getting through this fight.
Do you think now you will though? I mean, now that the win's in the books and you had an impressive performance, I mean, you're at the office a lot. You think you'll have some conversations?
I mean, from what I said, I mean that's really what I would want to talk about the most. So it would just really be that conversation. I mean, the fact is there's still a flyweight fight. There's still life. It's not like the 35 champ is gonna 100% go down and win. And you know, because I know a lot of people are probably looking at it that way, even though there's a title fight. Like, I'm not naive to the fact that they're probably looking at it, well, the only reason it's a title fight is because TJ is gonna win. But there's life there. Like, that doesn't mean that. And other than that, like, why would you get rid of it when it's like you don't know what's gonna happen in the history? We don't even have a timeline of any history or any champions or anything. You know, we've been, you know, they're like a little like crippled by like the greatness of Demetrius, and now that it's gone, it's like we haven't had a history or like a timeline. There's no, it's not like other divisions when you can look at he beat a former champ and a former champ. There's been one, you know. So like I said, let it breathe. I mean, like the skills there. I mean, look at the title fight in general and like the people below it. You know, I'm a 3-time title contender. You know, there's guys all the way down. Like even if you look at that top 4, top 5, I said it earlier. I compared it a lot to the 85-pound division when Anderson lost. It was like he was getting these weird matchups that where you're just like, why is that happening? Why is that happening? This is weird. And then he loses, and like the floodgates open with talent and skill, and it's still going today. Like, I don't even think anyone could recall the champions we've had since Anderson, and the people, you know, they could round robin, you know, each other, and it's an exciting weight class. So that's what I see for ours. So. We ain't freaking leaving.
Was there any initial worry when you start seeing flyweights going on the Facebook, on the Twitter saying, I've been cut, I've been let go, and it was more than one starting around? Was there any initial worry, and did you want to reach out to UFC and be like, hey, what's going on with this?
I mean, of course I did, but at the time I was getting a flyweight fight set up, so I was like, it's not the time to talk that aspect of it. But of course, I mean, it was crazy. My fight got canceled. And even that card was just crazy because even there was another flyweight card on there where a guy dropped out and they just moved it to 35. And it's like a top guy like Borg, you know, isn't making it. So it's just like, oh my God. Then you start hearing it, and of course you're gonna worry. You're just like, what the heck's going on, you know? I mean, my focus was somewhere else because like I said, like I was like, well, I have a fight at flyweight. You know, maybe they jumped the gun. It's not like the division's gone and it's off the .com or anything. Then they make the title fight. And I was like, okay, well, you know, there it is. There's something there. So that's what we're going with.
If you had to choose between Dillashaw and Cejudo, who do you want more?
Whoever's the best one, whoever wins that's what's great for me because I want to fight the best guys in the world. I fought Henry and he's obviously improved and became champion. But that's the great thing. I already have a win over him. Me and TJ have fought so many times in training in real life. So now him coming down to my weight, that would obviously be great. Him being at another weight and doing what he's done in the sport. So, you know, I just want to fight the best guy, and our division has it. I mean, look at those two guys. I mean, I think Henry's probably the only Olympic champion in there, so athletically. And, you know, TJ looks like one of the best pound-for-pound guys, and those guys are in our weight fighting for the title. So, you know, that's what I see for our division and the skill in it, and I just want to be able to fight, you know, whoever wins that.
Did it bug you any that he was coming in as a favorite under some odds makers? And did that light a little fire under you that you want to go in there and prove a point that Joby's not done? You know, why are people looking past
That
you?
was weird, honestly. I think it changed at the end or something. Like, then I returned into the favorite game. But when it happened, I was like, that's weird. But, I mean, I want to win every fight, no matter what. You know, if I'm a favor, I have to win too. You know, just as, like, if I was an underdog. So, no, I didn't really do anything. It was more just one of those things. It's like, oh, I wonder what they know that I don't. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
That's it. Cool.